When it comes to upsetting superstars, one name comes to mind: Anthony Edwards. In back-to-back playoffs, a ripe 23-year-old has been dismantling some of the biggest icons the NBA has to offer. Even 4 championships, 4 MVPs, 2 gold medalists, and 21 All-Star selections couldn't offset Edwards, adding LeBron to his long hit list. Edwards has been carving his name into NBA history books with jaw-dropping performances that demand attention. In this video, we'll be diving into moments where Anthony Edwards turns stars into asteroids. So without further ado, let's get into it. It started last year in the first round where the Wolves faced the Suns. The series was destined to be must-watch TV. On the Wolves end, you have Anthony Edwards, who has just had his breakout year, while for the Suns, you have the newly formed super team, thus making the Suns the heavy favorites. However, not an Edwards watch.
Oh, Edwards! He's averaging 40!
But Anthony Edwards, he lets you know he's coming.
With no ease whatsoever, the Timberwolves went on to sweep the Phoenix Suns, marking their first playoff series win in 20 years. And even more extraordinary is that Edwards averaged 31 points. And to close it off, he had 40 in Game 4. Not to mention he was only 22 at the time. Nevertheless, this was just a test for his next opponent. Looking back on it now, this series would go down as the best that we saw all playoffs. How would a young and confident Edwards match up against the reigning MVP in Jokic? And well, this matchup had a lot more than just an answer to that. To start, the Wolves stole Game 1. Edwards ended with 43 points while Jokic had 7 turnovers. Game 2 wasn't much different either, with Edwards and the Wolves having a defensive clinic, holding the Nuggets to a low 80 points. However, the Nuggets would win the following 3 games, making Game 6 a must-win for Minnesota. Knowing this, the Timberwolves delivered the largest margin of victory against a defending championship in NBA playoffs history, pushing it to a Game 7, a memorable one at that.
I said I'll see y'all motherfuckers for Game 7.
In Game 7 up until the 3rd, it was the Nuggets' game to win, but after going on a 20-0 run, Edwards had flipped the script. Reminiscent on when a 23-year-old Jordan dropped 63 on the defending champions, Edwards was on top of the world, bringing a team who hasn't seen the spotlight in over 20 years all the way to the 3rd round. However, their next challenge would be the most difficult yet. In the Western Conference Finals, Edwards faced the toughest test yet against the Mavs, and boy was it a wake-up call.
Maneuvers for the lead. Got it! What a shot!
After going down 3-0, the Wolves needed a win, and Edwards stepped up, having a 29-point, 10-rebound, 9-assist performance in Game 4. But it was too late, with the Mavs winning in 5. Even in defeat, Edwards' relentless drives and jaw-dropping dunks kept the Timberwolves competitive, earning him respect across the league. Though the Timberwolves fell 4-1, Edwards' fearless play cemented his reputation as a rising force capable of challenging the NBA's elite on the biggest stage. The following season, Edwards would go quiet. With the media focused on things such as the race for MVP and the Luka trade, the once face of the league was no longer in the spotlight. But that's not to say he didn't improve. Over the 2025 season, Edwards would go on to improve his 3-point shooting while simultaneously maintaining his athleticism, ending with the 6th seed, setting them up to match the Lakers. This was Edwards' time to get revenge on Luka, and that he did. Yet just like the year before, critics doubted the Timberwolves, brushing off their chances against the Los Angeles Lakers.
You could say SGA, PGA, USA. Lakers are 5.
I mean, I love the fact that everybody want the Lakers to win. That's how it's supposed to be. They don't want the Timberwolves to win. I get it.
But Anthony Edwards, the 23-year-old phenom with ice in his veins, didn't flinch, igniting the series with a Game 1 masterclass that silenced the doubters, leading the Wolves to a franchise playoff record of 21 3-pointers on a staggering 50% from deep. Edwards poured in 22 points, dished 9 assists, and grabbed 8 boards, while orchestrating a 117-95 blowout. In Game 2, the Lakers clawed back with Doncic and James grinding out a 94-85 win in a bruising, low-scoring affair, momentarily slowing Edwards' momentum. But that was the last straw for LA, as Edwards would soon flip the script. That said, Edwards carried the Wolves to a victory in the next 3 games. Game 4 was Edwards' defining moment, erupting for a playoff career high of 43 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Edwards ended up averaging 27 points per game, dismantling a team with some of the best 2 players in the league. So that brings us to now, where the Wolves are facing the Warriors, giving Edwards an opportunity to add Stephen Curry to the long list of his victims. And with Curry being out for a week due to the injury he dealt in Game 1,
the game did not return. MRI this morning confirmed that diagnosis, a grade 1 left hamstring strain for Steph Curry. He's going to be reevaluated.
It gives the Wolves a great opportunity to take the upper hand in the series, but only time will tell. And if the pieces fall together, the Minnesota Timberwolves have the talent to defeat either the Denver Nuggets or the Oklahoma City Thunder in a playoff series, depending on who advances to face them, making for the first championship of many to come for Anthony Edwards. If you like this video and want to see more, make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching Landon Hoops.